We got a call and she said, your baby has Down syndrome. Can you say I love you? We found out at 10 weeks something was wrong. Obviously we didn't know what was wrong, but I had gone to the appointment by myself because I didn't want Zach to take off work for a 10-week appointment. I was like, no, like this is our second baby, I got this. And they did the ultrasound and then the doctor came in and she said, you have a less than 4% chance she'll make it to like 15 weeks. She said most babies that we see that have high drops are like at 25 weeks and they make it to 32 weeks and we deliver. So she handed me a pamphlet of abortion papers and a pamphlet of high drops. And then she said, most likely she'll have extreme special needs. And she looked at me and just said, it's the hardest thing on a marriage and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. So I left, obviously bawling. We didn't do any testing until 18 weeks and then we decided we just need to know for sure. We need 100% accuracy. I need to prepare myself. And so we decided to do the amniocentesis, which is just the needle that pulls the amniotic fluid and tests the baby's DNA. We got a call, I think a couple weeks later, and she said, your baby has Down syndrome. And she's like, do you have any questions? And I said, no. I think I was just in shock. And I said, no, I mean, we were assuming that was it. I kind of opted out of all the support groups at that point. I just wanted to digest the information myself, and I got off the phone and I cried a lot. Ask my husband. I cried probably for the next 21 weeks. I just didn't accept the diagnosis as easily as I had thought. You're grieving what you thought she was gonna be, you know, just that idea of what you thought she was gonna be and accepting what she now is.
Ready, set, go.
You know, I saw moms say, I always wanted a special needs daughter, or I always wanted a special needs kid in our family. And I felt this pressure, like I should have been accepting that sooner, and I didn't. But I just think everybody's process on accepting that diagnosis is personal and it's emotional, and I don't think I'd be as happy as I am now if I didn't go through that. I'd have moments of, okay, this is fine, and then moments of, this isn't fine, this isn't fair, this isn't what I thought. In those moments, I definitely had doubts, like, am I the right mom for her? I can't do this, there's no way. I am not meant for this, and if there's moms out there that want this, like, why me, you know? Why did I get sent Miya? She was my first girl, and I had dreams of, you know, prom, wedding dress shopping, cheerleading, dance groups, you know, just everything that a mom would want. And I just thought that was gonna be taken away from me, because I didn't understand that she could still do all those things. It would just look different, and it would just be a little different.
Did you get him?
You know, she'll still do dance. She might still do cheer and go to prom, get married. I don't know. We don't look that far yet. We kind of just play it by day to day. I was so worried about like what she would look like too. Is she gonna look like only Down syndrome? Is that all? And then Miya was born and she looked like my daughter. She looked more than just Down syndrome. And I was so worried that that's all I was gonna see is, oh my gosh, my daughter has Down syndrome. I know some women choose to do abortion, and I completely understand it. And even knowing my cousin that has Down syndrome, I still was worried. It's extremely scary, especially if you have a doctor like I did at first, you know, where they're like, your marriage is gonna suffer. It's like that's the #1 thing that's gonna go down is your marriage. But I think if we normalize Down syndrome more, and doctors are more educated, and we do connect with families more, and we can show them, like, your life will be normal. Like, you'll just find a new normal, just like everyone else. Then that, I think it would lessen the chance. So a lot of people say Maya is Down syndrome instead of saying she has a diagnosis of Down syndrome. So just changing the word from is Down syndrome to has Down syndrome, I think it's huge. Like, she's not just Down syndrome. And you wouldn't say that, you know, if you had depression, you wouldn't say, I am depression. Like, there's way more to you than just depression or anxiety or autism, you know? Maya has Down syndrome. That's just a part of her. And so I think that it's just a diagnosis. It's not her. I do think it takes people a little bit more time to accept, which I'm okay with, but be open about it. That's my biggest thing, is just say, I don't know a lot. So she's given me a lot of confidence in being confident in myself, because look at her. Like, Maya's the most confident person you can meet. Like, she just loves who she is 100%. 1, 2, 3, And she's also taught me to love unconditionally. She forgives very quickly, extremely quick. So I'm not perfect, but she will be like, it's okay. Like, and she can't talk, but you can tell. Like, she'll come and give you a hug, and she just forgives you so quickly. Maya did not say mom until she was 2 years old. And it's heartbreaking to, like, want that so bad, to want to hear your name be said. But when she said mom, like, miracle. It was. I think I was expecting to get a lot of heartache throughout her whole life. And I think I got a better perspective of pure love.